Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering the LCS 2024 Spring Split Playoffs. I'm here accompanied by Busio, the support for FlyQuest. We're just coming off of a 3-0 sweep victory over Cloud9 in the upper bracket finals to progress to the grand finals and also qualify for the 2024 MSI. And so, Busio, thank you so much, like I said before, for taking the time to doing this interview. I mean, as I said, moving on to the finals, reaching MSI. What's your headspace like right now?
Just really happy because it's my first international event. So I'm just very happy. That'll be a great experience. And today, like as a team, I think we played really well. Obviously, like in the bot lane, we definitely need to work on our laning phase and like consistency. But I thought as a team, like our team fighting and our mid and late game was just really, really good. So yeah, when we play well, I'm just very happy. So I'm just happy. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think was like the biggest difference or like the biggest contributing factor behind the team just playing well, just dominating Cloud9? Save for a few kind of minuses, but still, what do you think was the biggest reason for the team to do so well in a series such as this?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know what it is, but like I could guess that we've been like behind in so many games and still won that like when we're behind or losing, we don't get desperate. We just wait for like the right moment. And as long as we play well in that right moment, even when you're losing, you can just instantly win the game. And yeah, we just played well in team fights and some key moments. Obviously like Inspired has like a great feeling about the flow of the game. So like you never really feel stressed or anything like anything's bad. Like we just know when we'll have an opportunity to come back or when it's even, we know exactly what we want to do. Um, we just we're on the same page honestly, so it just feels easy to play.
I think another major contributing factor on top of just inspired the person that you just mentioned just now is Jensen, going deathless and just dominating in his lane over Jojo Pian. Talk to me about, the kind of performance that Jensen put in and how much did that help into FlyQuest's eventual, 3-0 sweep win.
Yeah, I mean, like JoJo is their strongest player by far, and when Jensen's just like owning, I press tab, he's always ahead, he's always in control. It's just like a really easy series because yeah, it's just Jensen was owning. Yeah,
I mean, simple as that, when the player is just at his game, I think there's just nothing that could just stop him, right? I think that's
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
no kill the entire series. That's pretty funny. I've never heard of that before, so that's
Yeah, of
cool.
course, speaks to the level of play that he has shown, and uh, more so just focusing on yourself. Of course, you mentioned about difficulties in the bot lane and how that kind of like put a little bit of a dent to the eventual result of the series. But focusing on that, what do you think were the kind of issues that you and your bot lane partner kind of experienced against C9? What do you think kind of caused that in particular?
I mean, so like game one is just like a silly mistake. Like we actually were in a great lane situation for this matchup. Like this matchup's not supposed to turn really good until second base, but like first base, we kind of like chased out the recalls. We had the ward, and then Masu just got Renata queued, and then I ran up, and then I inted, and then second death from Masu. I don't actually remember what happened, but it was just like honestly like silly mistakes. We were in a great situation, like really great situation before we died. Um, so that's like we were in control, honestly, so I don't like feel too bad about that. It's just a silly mistake. And then second game, um, I mean, we missed one kill, like Nautilus survived with 1 HP. The other one, like I let him hook the wall, so like another like a silly mistake. Um, and then game three, uh, I mean, Zeri just like ulted and all in us, so yeah, I don't play against Zeri that much, so I was surprised by her like ult cooldown when it came up the second time. So like honestly, it's just like silly mistakes. Like every lane we're in pretty good positions, just kind of throw it. So it's like as long as we don't throw it, then we're winning the lane. So yeah, just consistency and I guess being more locked in. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a result of the 3-0 that FlyQuest now find themselves on the precipice of finally winning that first LCS title. Correct me if I'm wrong there. And also on top of that, as I said at the start of this conversation, reaching MSI. I mean, going back to that, as you said, first time getting into the international stage and just having to finally be amongst the best teams in the world. How much does that mean to you? On an individual sense.
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot because it's going to be fun to go to China with the boys. It's going to be fun to scrim there, to practice there, fun to compete. I mean, we'll learn a lot, and if we do great, then that's awesome. It's just like a win-win. So, really excited to go.
Any people that you most looking forward to facing, or just people that you kind of look up to that you feel you're gonna have the chance to just take on?
Yeah, I mean, all of the top Eastern teams I respect a lot, obviously. So, um, excited to play everyone. But obviously, like my personal idol is Keria, so would be cool to face him.
Of course, Keria. I think you posted a picture of him. I think on your Twitter like some time ago, I
Yeah,
believe, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, talk to me about him. What kind of made it such that you kind of look up to him in such a high regard?
He's just like he's like a support player that when he plays, you can just see like something's different. Like he's really trying to punish. Um, he's very creative with his picks, but when he's playing something standard, he also like tries to perfect it. So I just really like that mindset that you can be creative, but then when you also play like the standard stuff, you're just really, really good at it. Um, it just doesn't really look like he's bad at any champions. Let me rephrase that. He's like every champion he plays, he's playing it at just a very high level. He's very smart, very mechanically good. It's just like the perfect support player, you know. So that's why uh, I look up to him.
Like a very versatile player, the kind of thing that just whatever situation just kind of like adapt himself in such a great way and just continue to dominate, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Of course, of course. And on top of that, it's been quite a massive improvement for you, individually in a sense, getting named to the first team All Pro for the league and just having to be a major contributing part to FlyQuest's consistent showing in the spring split, finishing in the regular season first place on a tie with 100 threes, but still, yes, I do understand. But still, then reaching grand finals, looking at your individual progression through this spring split, what kind of made that happen for you to just play at a high level at such a consistent pace?
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, my team's just really good. So even if I play bad, we're probably still gonna win the game. But also because my team's good, like I feel like I'm learning a lot. Um, everything always feels like in control, and I have like room to make mistakes, and that's just like really freeing. But yeah, I mean, I play good in some games, and some games I play bad. So it's honestly like I don't really think about the past that much. It's just like working on perfecting the play. Honestly, like the progression of the split, it started like strong. Especially like in the bot lane, I felt like in the start of the split we were playing really well, like very aggressive. But then like we were trying to like balance it out and not play too aggressive and try to be more consistent. And then we kind of lost some of our aggression. So it's just kind of like in the bot lane personally, it's like we need to find that balance again, um, and make less mistakes. And I feel like we'll be the best team and it won't even be close.
It's one thing for one player to be surrounded by a cast of very good veterans and very good players in their own right, and just kind of do well. But it's also another thing to just have that kind of same similar cast, but just not do as well. Of course, I'm talking about comparing your time in Under Thieves, sort of being a playoff team, but not really breaking through the glass ceiling of just being one of the best teams in the league. And then you compare that with right now in FlyQuest, and you know just succeeding, above on the individual and team sense. And so, what do you think made the difference, between your time in FlyQuest and your time in 100 Thieves?
I mean, as I said earlier, like my team's just really strong. So there's like a lot of room for error, and that's kind of like as I said, like more freeing in the game. Like even in these games, when we're dying bot, I know we're still like we can very easily win. Um, so I'd say that's the main difference. And also like I'm 1 year of LCS experience already, so I'm personally like more accustomed to playing LCS. I'm smarter about the game. I know more matchups. You know, it's just like the slow progression of becoming a better player.
Yeah, and one more question before I wrap it up. Of course, looking ahead to the finals, kind of a two-parter, just sort of like first off, what are your expectations, or how you feel, getting into the grand finals and just having to prepare for that kind of thing? And also, sort of just looking at your potential opponents, C9 or TL, C9, of course, a team that you guys took down. Um, does any of those teams kind of worry you, that in a sense that it kind of like prevent you from finally getting that first LCS crown?
Um, I mean, I don't really care who we'll face. I don't really know who we'll face. Like both teams, when we're playing well, we're way better than, and when we're playing not that well, we're still we can still easily beat them. So like honestly, there's no fear. And yeah, if we play well on the day, it'll be an easy 3-0, and if we don't play so well, it'll be a battle. But I think we'll win, of course.
Of course, I'm loving the confidence ahead of the finals, and yeah, hopefully this run can continue for you and the rest of FlyQuest. Busio, thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview. I really appreciate it, and best of luck in the next one.
Thank you, sir. See ya.
All right.